Hello, and welcome back to the next episode in our Pillars of Eternity campaign, playing as Kasemir the Cipher. We're picking up from where we left off in the last episode, which places us here in Icantha's house in the district of Heritage Hill in the city of Defiance Bay. Last episode, we began to investigate Heritage Hill to try and determine why its citizens were all turned into undead. In the process, we slew a number of undead denizens roaming the streets of the district, including skeletons, ghouls, darghouls, and other forsaken souls we came across, such as Lyra and the poor crucible knights that this lost spirit had enthralled. Our exploration inevitably led us to the Engwithan Tower, around which the district of Heritage Hill is built. Inside the tower, we discovered a strange Engwithan device infused with soul essence. And atop the tower, we met Aldhelm, the now undead animancer who was researching the tower and who remains confounded as to its purpose and operation. It seems from our inquiries that an agent of the Leaden Key had snuck into the tower when Aldhelm and his assistant were absent and activated the strange device. Aldhelm directed us to Icantha to find out more information about the tower, and with some convincing, she finally obliged, teaching us a few commands in the Engwith language, which awakened the true and full knowledge of the Engwithan language buried in our soul. I'm keen to repeat our conversation with Icantha and explore a few other dialogue options, so that is what we are going to do to kick off this episode, and then we will continue with resolving the crisis at Heritage Hill, and hopefully this disaster will not repeat itself, and no more citizens of Heritage Hill will have their souls tethered to the device atop the tower. But alright, let's speak to Icantha.
You return. What if you come seeking this time?
I need the words that operate the Engwithan machine in the tower.
That fool Aldhelm. He sent you, didn't he? I can hardly believe he's had the cleverness to survive. That simpleton thinks he can understand how to use something without understanding what it is, or why it is.
She laughs, a noise that blends the crunch of dry leaves with something piercing and white-hot. You feel a hot core of pride smoldering at the center of her soul.
He dabbles with ancient and powerful devices, with all the finesse of a blacksmith. He sends you here to petition me for aid after years of disparaging my research. I'll bet he didn't even tell you the tower's name, did he? That's his problem. Always looking for solutions without caring for meaning.
She shakes her head as she pokes at the fire with renewed ferocity. The problems in Heritage Hill are bigger than your rivalry, Icantha. What do I care? I prepared myself for an eventuality such as this, and I can assure you those dwindling souls in the streets are beyond caring as well. Her pride burns brighter still. Humble Aldhelm now by demonstrating the value of your research. My silence demonstrates it more succinctly. Your words fan the strange coals at the center of her soul. Okay, tell me the tower's name.
Ter Nuneth. It's called Ter Nuneth. They built the machine atop it to contain souls, hold them in place. But the others I've seen, machines scattered all over the Deerwood, are relays, built to move souls.
Icantha closes her eyes. Her voice is suddenly soothing. She stands and turns to you, wiping parchment-dry hands on her clothes. Why would the Engwithans have wanted to tether souls like this?
Perhaps they didn't. Perhaps that's why they built no other machines like this one. We now see the Engwithans as masters of soul manipulation, but they couldn't have attained their expertise without copious trial and error. Perhaps this was one such experiment.
Where would they move souls?
Another mystery. Hypothetically, anywhere they wished. The real question, as always, is why? To intermix them the way a player shuffles his deck, the way a farmer rotates his fields? To collect them, like butterflies under glass? To melt them down for raw essence? Unfortunately, I don't know.
You seem to know a lot about Ter Nuneth.
I read the runes like a journal. I understand their meaning. People like Aldhelm try to read them like instructions, and in so doing, They miss their true meaning completely.
And how do you operate the machine atop Ter Nuneth?
Back to these Tinker's concerns. And what would you do with these tethered souls if I told you?
She crosses her arms over her unmoving chest. I don't know yet, to be honest.
A level of humility rarely found in my line of work. Most refreshing.
I could help you, but I won't. The pride lodged in her soul flares up, twisting into the shape of something that writhes and squeals within her. Here I have specimens aplenty, and time enough to observe them all. It's every scientist's dream. My answer is no. What? But what good is observing all this if you're going to hoard it for yourself? Tell her, Kasemir, an entire language at your fingertips, and she hides it away. Extinguish Acantha's pride. The vampire doesn't seem to notice as you wrap your mind around the squalling, burning mass. However, it sears your very bones. You jump back, crying out in pain. I won't abandon this opportunity. These souls will remain here, with me, and I'll accomplish more than any animancer in the history of the field. You can't leave these souls imprisoned. And who will stop me? Only I understand the control words for Ter Nuneth, so yes, I can. Her pride blazes. But hoarding knowledge is pointless. The burning thing roars to life. Nothing is more important. We gather and study, and through it transcend the 1,000 insectoid lives that brought it to us. And who will know about it? The pride thing flickers as the flames around it abate. All I've learned, years of studying the Ingwithan language, no one understands it better than me. That counts for something. Let's try extinguish her pride again. You force your essence around the burning lump inside her, but it scorches you. Your flesh is whole and unmarked when you draw back, but it nevertheless stings at the memory of the heat. Knowledge is meaningless unless it's shared. A foolish and false sentiment. Knowledge is meaning. It needs no external purpose. Her pride smolders still. But what use is it? Her pride rages inside her. Uses? Why must something so pure be fashioned into a blunt instrument? But your opportunities here are finite. One day that knowledge will die with you. The pride hisses and sputters. It's little more than an ember now. You're wrong. But there's no conviction in her voice. I'll build it forever. I'll cling to it. That will give me something. Extinguish her pride again. You reach for it, but it's still too hot to grasp in your mind for more than a second. It may not be much, but it's still something. You can't take that away from me. Will that really be enough for you? The dying cinder clings to life. It will. It must be. Teach me what you know. I'll make sure that it grows, and your legacy lives on. Your words finally quench her pride, and all that remains is a blackened, diamond-hard rock. You cast it away, where it melts into the darkness.
So be it. My studies and efforts shall grow through yours.
Her voice is calm and quiet.
These are the words you need.
Her cold, dry fingertips rest on your temples, and you feel her reaching into your mind, forming images from the darkness. Runes flash through your head, but they're no longer just pictures. They have meaning, and you understand them. They're commands. Something triggers in your mind, a distant memory unearthed from a past life long since buried. You can see a vast array of runes, far more than Acantha has shown you, and you know their sound and their meaning and how they fit together. The language of Engwith once more at your command.
Something has awakened in your mind. You understand far more than I ever did. Take this knowledge then, and do what you will with Ter Nuneth. Now that you understand its purpose, it will serve you in whatever way you wish.
She retreats from you. A speaker of dead tongues now, and so he surpasses 100 frustrated scholars in the matter of a few moments. I don't suppose you could look at a few books for me. Okay. I still don't understand why the Ingwithans would want to build a machine that tethers souls. Perhaps they didn't. Perhaps that's why they built no other machines like this one. We now see the Ingwithans as masters of soul manipulation, but they couldn't have attained their expertise without copious trial and error. Perhaps this was one such experiment. And you said the other towers around the Deerwood were constructed to move souls, but why would the Engwithans have wanted to do that? Another mystery. Hypothetically, anywhere they wished. The real question, as always, is why? To intermix them the way a player shuffles his deck? The way a farmer rotates his fields? To collect them like butterflies under glass? To melt them down for raw essence? Unfortunately, I don't know. Remind me, how do you know so much about the tower? I read the runes like a journal. I understand their meaning. People like Aldhelm try to read them like instruction manuals, and in so doing, they miss their true meaning completely. And explain how the control words work. Harnessing the power of Tir Nunath is about understanding what it was designed to do. You know the words and their meanings. You can speak them, and the tower shall obey. And what do I do with the tower, now that I know these words?
Turn it off, I expect. That will be easy now that you can read the runes. The vessels would still roam, but striking them down would return their essence to the cycle. But be careful. That machine controls hundreds of souls, and that volume of essence could easily overload it. Improperly channeling the essence would destroy the machine along with the souls. It would be a terrible loss for posterity.
Okay. Out of the corner of his eye, Aloth gives you a sly look. It seems your ravenous new friend has just given us the key to ending this wretchedness for good. And now that we've seen what this machine is capable of, I do hope you're not squeamish about the loss of a few hundred souls. He makes a good point. Alright, that's all, Acantha, thank you. Alright, so we have to deal with the Engwithan machine.
Always a pleasure to speak with someone who appreciates true learning.
The Vampire smiles with bloodless lips. I'd like to ask you a few more questions about Tir Nunath. Certainly. Alright, nothing else to ask there. Okay. So, let's have a look here. So we need to now deal with the Engwithan machine. Returning to the machine at the top of Tir Nunath and doing something about the curse affecting Heritage Hill. Now, Aldhelm also told us that if we sent him something to snack on, he could potentially show us how to use the machine to channel the soul energy into our own body to increase our power, which gives you +1 might and +5 endurance for the rest of the game, and indeed also for the rest of the second game. But I don't think Kasemir would ever sacrifice innocent people like that. You can either sacrifice these prisoners or you can sacrifice Seda. I don't think we would do either of those things. It's just not in our character. So we are not going to sacrifice these prisoners or Seda, and we'll forego that +1. Excuse me, had to sneeze. We'll forego that +1 might and +5 endurance, or 5% endurance. Which is unfortunate, but yeah, I mean, the alternative is we literally send these people to their deaths, which is just not something that we would do. We are, you know, a criminal. We'll work with House Dominil and we'll backstab people and that sort of thing in the context of business dealings and whatnot, but, you know, innocent prisoners and a young girl, that's just far too cruel. You know, we're not sacrificing people for our own benefit. That's not what Kasemir is about. So, alright, let's speak to these prisoners. Is it safe for us to leave yet? So, like I said, we can lie to them, be a bit deceptive and say, you can't get out of the district, but the top of the tower is safe. Aldhelm will take care of you. Very good care of you. But we won't do that. We'll tell them the way to the district exit should be safe. Go now. Thank you. We will never forget this. Alright, and away they go. So, there we go. I've also noticed our screen seems a little blurry from the effects there of, I think, speaking with Acantha. So what I'll do is I'll just save quickly and then load the save. Load the save, and hopefully that resolves the blurred effect. There we go. That's better. Now it's not.
Sure.
It shouldn't have been blurry. It was only supposed to be blurry while we were extinguishing Acantha's pride and looking at her soul. Alright. So let's also go to the Valtas Mausoleum and speak to... what's her name? Seda. Suggests that Seda escaped the house and fled to the family mausoleum. And we do need to speak to Wyler as well to hand him that quest about the missing sentries who we unfortunately had to kill. Alright. Let's enter the mausoleum now. Alright, there she is, Seda.
Found something.
Let's have a chat. A little girl cowers in the back of the tomb. Her face is streaked with dirt, and even in the shadows you can tell she's far too thin. She watches you, holding her breath. Is this what you kids do for fun these days? She inches into the candlelight. Her clothes are little more than filthy rags now, but ripped and stained fabric looks like embroidered silk. You have to be quiet. Noise brings the hungry people. A grim lesson for a child to learn. Poor lass, how long has she been here? My name is Seda. Are you hiding from them too? She watches the door of the vault, her eyes wide and careful. Who are the hungry people? She whispers, and her eyes are round with terror. The ones outside. They don't sleep or die, but they eat. Where's your family? At the house. Mother told me to hide and not let anyone in. Then I heard a lot of noise, fighting and yelling, and... Her eyes glaze over. And then Mother told me to open the door again. But she didn't sound right. Tell me what happened to you. Her eyes take on a distant look. Her legs start to tremble. You're frightened, and you've been stuck here for too long, but try to remember what happened before. She takes a deep breath and stares at the stone floor. There was a big noise and light in the sky. Everyone thought it was a storm, but then people started waking up. After they died, I mean. She twists her shredded sleeve into knots. Mother and Father and Emilo boarded up the door, but the hungry people found our house. Her fidgeting becomes more agitated. They fought, but the hungry people always get up again. They broke through the door, and Mother told me to hide. And then I came here to hide, but the door got stuck, and I didn't know when it would be safe outside. So you're Seda. I came across some Dargles in her house. The girl's eyes widen. You saw Mother and Father? And Emilo? How did you get away? She'll find out eventually. I killed them. I had no choice. She picks at a thumbnail, watching you. She nods slowly. Sorry, Seda. You need to get out of here. Actually, I'll just say goodbye. Wait, she darts toward you. I can't stay here. Is it safe? Are the hungry people out there? Get to the top of the big tower. You can wait there until it's safe. Oh, that's too cruel. No, it's still dangerous, but the path to the main gate should be clear. Run for it. I won't let anything catch me. I promise. Alright, goodbye, Seda. These vaults are sealed shut and sticky with cobwebs. Got some gold inside
Let's
here.
see what lies this way.
Nestled among the candles are the odds and ends of a patchwork family memorial. Valian Luscus, a cameo etching of a woman in finery, and a turquoise necklace.
Yeah.
Pick the lock on this sarcophagus.
Finished.
What do we have? An iridescent scarab figurine, which summons an Adra beetle, once per rest. This Adra figurine is shaped like a small beetle. Its colourful shell catches the light in strange ways, changing hues as it's turned in one's hands.
Right.
Nice. All of that. Alright, I think that's everything in the vault. Let's have a look. A curse of cold clay. All across the Eastern Reach, people are being buried in graveyards and returning from the dead as vampires. Examination by locals has revealed that animancers had tampered with several grave sites prior to the burial. Local lords have released bounties for the capture of whoever is responsible. Unfortunately, the rapid spread of the events leads many to believe that a group, not a single individual, is behind the experiments. Sagani travelled from Hangman's Abbey to the Bay of Crowns, investigating the various reports of vampire appearances. In each case, Sagani discovered that the gravesites had elaborate glass, copper, and adra devices buried around them. The distinctive intricacy of the devices was traced to a Valian dwarf that had been shunned for his unpleasant practices in Salona and Anchenze. When captured, the dwarf claimed his intent was not to create vampires, but to restore life. The vampires were created due to the dwarf's inability to solve a fundamental problem with his machinery. The incredible frequency of the dwarf's activity was not due to co-conspirators, but rather his extensive use of drugs that kept him awake and frantic for days on end. Once confronted, the dwarf put up no fight and allowed himself to be taken into custody. When Sagani left him, he was awaiting trial in Telenir. So we get some experience, some money, and we get Remembrances of Life's Warmth. It has 3 uses, and it does some healing in an AoE. This curious device, created by a deranged dwarven animancer, has the ability to cast the druid spell Garden of Life. Okay. Not amazing, but it's fine. And we also got some money, and the vicious war criminal left the stronghold. That's fine. Cool. How are we going on construction? 18 hours to go on the forum. Nice. Alright. Well, let's go back to the top of the tower. Aldhelm is not going to be happy that we didn't send him anyone to feed upon. So he's not going to show us how to use the machine to strengthen ourselves and give us a boost to might and endurance. But we weren't going to pursue that option anyway. It would be one thing if we could send him some evil people to feed upon. That would be alright. But innocent prisoners who are just groundskeepers and a little girl is not something that Kasemir would do. So, alright. Let's proceed to the top of the tower once we get inside. A winding staircase runs through the core of the tower, providing access to all levels. Well, we'll go straight to the top, which is where Aldhelm is. There he is. Hello, Aldhelm. Aldhelm looks much worse than before. His rotten flesh hangs loosely, and sores have eaten away patches of skin at his joints. He looks at you with a strange glimmer in his eyes.
Flesh.
He takes a tentative, scuttling step towards you. He doubles over, coughing up strings of black bile. He seems to have forgotten about you for the moment. Okay, so Aldhelm is going crazy. When Aldhelm looks at you this time, all trace of recognition is gone. He bares his teeth and leaps at you, his pupils narrowed to pinpricks. Alright. And so ends Aldhelm. May as well knock him over. And
I'm ready.
you can whack him with that, and then this. Poor Aldhelm. Poor Aldhelm. Have to make mincemeat out of him, unfortunately. Aldhelm has degenerated significantly. He looked ready to pounce on me when I tried to talk to him. If I want his help, I'll need to send a victim to him. Yeah, well, that's not going to happen, so...
Right.
We have taken care of Aldhelm. And we have his journal. Acantha insists on pursuing her own research on the tower, despite my argument that pooling our knowledge is in both our interests. With her expertise in the Ingwithan language, I'm convinced that she knows more about the tower's workings than she lets on. Alright. Well, let's deal with this tower. A jagged Adra pillar rises in front of you, encased in stonework and run through with copper veins. The panel is covered with runes, which you can now understand. You recognize words for end and for hold. The dial is currently fixed on hold. You also recognize by an inscription that the manner in which you turn the dial is a means of throttling the device. Okay, so we can just turn it off, which means that presumably the leaden key can just turn it back on. Or we can maximize the machine's throttle in the hopes of overloading the device. I think we'll give that a try. If that doesn't work, we can always turn it off, but let's do that. Muttering a command, you give the dial a violent twist. The moving spires spin faster and faster, wobbling from their axes. The light filling the machine quickly becomes too bright to behold. You look away and cover your ears, but the thunderous crash that follows shakes the floor beneath you. When you look back, the machine is in ruins, never to be used again. We get extraordinary positive reputation with Defiance Bay. Nice. There we go. Fantastic. That deals with the problem, pretty much. Alright. So, we have dealt with the machine. Let's head out of here. Oh, Connor's leveled up as well. Give him a point in athletics. And we get a new invocation, a level 3 invocation. We can also just give him more of these other invocations. Are any of them worth doing? Not really. AoE Charmed, AoE Terrified. So we can give him this one to summon a Drake. Gurnisk's beast lit the night with his breath. Or we can summon 2 ogres. That seems pretty good. We can revive our allies with 60 endurance. We can freeze targets around us. We can give everyone a boost to dexterity, perception, and intellect, or a boost to might, constitution, and resolve. I think the ogre one is the best. Oh, but knock not on the door of Erdle and Girdle. We'll grab that one. That seems good. And what do we give him for a talent? That is the question. Defensive is not too useful. Marksman could be good. Extra accuracy against distant enemies. Or penetrating shot. We've already given him the reload one, so penetrating shot will just give him more ranged damage resistance bypass. And the 20% ranged attack speed will be offset by the gunner talent we already gave him. We could give him the soldier focus, which will increase his accuracy with his greatsword and the arquebus. Maybe we do that. 6 accuracy is not bad, but I would also like to give him penetrating shot. We'll give him penetrating shot. We'll give him the accuracy one next time.
Following your
Pop
lead.
that mobile on.
Huh?
So he'll be a bit slower, but that's okay. Alright. And let's go down to the bottom. Yeah, down to the very bottom. Alright.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll go back to Acantha's house. See if she's still there. I'm sure she has an opinion about what we've done. If she's still there anyway. What's our reputation now? Hero, moderately good. I would have thought we'd have a much higher reputation. But that's alright. Oh, it looks like Acantha has disappeared. Okay. Well, I guess there was no reason for her to stay in the district now that the device is no longer tethering souls to it, so she can't run her experiments endlessly. And we did also set all her prisoners free, so she's gone. So be it. That is the end of Heritage Hill. There! That's the nice man who helped me. And thank the Iron Arm for it. We'll get you sorted out at the keep. Oh, we get some major positive rep with the Crucible Knights and with Defiance Bay. Nice. The tower, it's off! Does this mean the curse on Heritage Hill is lifted? I'd better get a manor in Brackenbury for this. It wasn't a curse, but yes, the district is safe again. No, Defiance Bay owes me. I'd better get a manor in Brackenbury for this. Well, that's not for me to decide, but I'm sure the city will see you're well rewarded. Okay, they better. I'll keep an eye on things here. You do that. You do that, sir. Is that all you have to say? Yeah, alright. Well, let's... How are we doing now? Still moderately good. Okay, that's fine. Let's go back to First Fires. I want to visit the Temple of Wudica and see if the Wudican priests have any comments on what's been going on. And then we'll go back to Brackenbury and visit House Hardrit. It's truly a pity to see what the locals have done to Wudica's house of worship. Is it though? Is it really? I don't think it's a pity. Now, I wonder, do I need to wear the mask of Wudica? I guess we'll find out pretty soon. Aren't you supposed to be at your post? The woman's eyes narrow behind her mask as she takes notice of your uncovered face. Interloper. Okay, I guess we need to wear the mask. I'll just leave the autosave. And I'll go have a chat with her. I would be kind of keen to just wipe them all out anyway, but let's
Right.
let's at least finish the 3 missions first. Her hand rests lightly on your head. Have you any questions, attendant? Okay. Show me the prisoner. See the vision of the ruins again. Remind me about the man in the tower. Stop him, and above all, don't let him meet her. Okay, so that must have been don't let Acantha and Aldhelm work together. Well, I've already finished those quests, so too bad, I suppose. Interesting they don't have any comments on that, though. Alright, well, if that's the case, let's go
Next time we get the chance, I'm buying you a pint. That means a lot, Adair. Oh, do you want one too? Sorry, I meant for Isselmere. I'll get you one too.
Good old Adair. He likes Isselmere a lot. Let's go to Brackenbury. We'll visit Lady Webb at House Hardrit there and see what the Ciphers of Dunwood Row think about this latest development.
Greetings.
Greetings.
Don't have anything new to tell me there.
Greetings.
Excuse me, but I've been looking for you. You're the one who lifted the curse on Heritage Hill. My lady, who wishes to remain anonymous, has entrusted me with bringing you this pistol. It belonged to a dear friend of hers who was lost to the curse. For your part in reclaiming Heritage Hill, my lady wishes you to have it. Here, may it serve you well in battle. Is this all? I'd have expected more. I wonder how much I could get for selling this. Thank you. No, I'd have expected more. Is this all? Just a pistol? I've already got a pistol. I'm but a courier, and only do what I'm asked. Okay, fair enough. Now I must be off. Farewell. So what did we get there? St. Garam's Spark. That's Lead Spitter. Where is it? There it is. St. Garam's Spark, a unique pistol, two-handed. It's worth 1,000 copper. We compare that to Forgiveness. Same speed, same range, same interrupt. Forgiveness does more damage because I think I've upgraded it more. This one hasn't been upgraded. But it has plus 10 accuracy granted to an ally attacking the same target. And it does plus 25% shock damage, but we can enchant Forgiveness to do that as well if we wanted to. This has 6 DR bypass and minus 0.3 to crit damage multiplier, so same as Forgiveness. So really the only benefit is this has 20% attack speed, whereas this one has extra accuracy given to allies. Saint Garum was a priest of Hylia, known for his mastery of the art of wordplay. It was said that he could shape the mood of a crowd with a single word, and find with cruel precision the most shocking turn of phrase with which to dismantle an opponent. One more whimsical daughter of the Deerwood had this pistol crafted in his honor, but the gun too, she said, could put an end to any debate. Not bad. I'll keep it in the stash, though, for the moment. Alright. Let's go speak to Lady Webb. See what she thinks of what was going on in Heritage Hill. And then we'll go and visit the Deerford village, I suppose. Hello, Lady Webb. Good to see you again.
How fares your search?
I have other questions.
Yes?
Okay, I don't have any other questions. There is something I can tell you about the Leaden Key's operations.
Well, let's hear it.
The Ingwithan Tower in Heritage Hill contains an ancient machine that can control the flow of souls. The Leaden Key activated it.
This is troubling. That civilization seems to have known more about the mechanics of souls than anyone since. The Leaden Key was born in that period. It may be that Theos has full knowledge of their technology. The applications of this machine you speak of, I don't want to think about it.
I don't blame you.
That isn't enough to take to the Duke, but we're close. Avar Wolfgren is a cautious man. He will want to know everything possible before being moved to action.
Okay, duly noted. Alright, let's move on. This progress is encouraging. I only hope that we are not too late.
Yes?
Okay. So, we've got one more quest to do. Undying Heritage is done now. We've got to go to Deerford Village. The Acolyte's vision showed me mysterious ruins somewhere outside of Deerford. The Leaden Key has sent operatives to find the site, though their purpose is unknown to me. I don't know exactly where these ruins are, but perhaps someone in Deerford Village does. Okay. I told Lady Webb about the Leaden Key's work in Heritage Hill. Very good. And we need to go back to Weiler at the Crucible Knights. Almost forgot about that. Let's do that.
How fares your search?
So back to First Fires. And then we will go to the Deerford Village. Now we've actually still got a quest on foot as well. Now that I remember. I think it was Blood Legacy. Was it Blood Legacy? Yes, Blood Legacy. Treagle attacked me when he realized I'd learned too much. Of course, I still don't know exactly what he was hiding. Yes, I've got to go explore the temple beneath the Deerford village. Go to First Fires. I wonder if that little girl Seda will be in here as well. It was the Crucible Knights who were taking care of her, so she might be. We'll have a look around. Hello, Aldmar. Won't be long before we're a formal knighthood. He turns from the forge, setting his hammer on the work table. Hey, you need something, Dunstan yells, as if deafened by repeated hammer blows. Show me what you have for sale. I'll have a look. Alright. Yeah, nothing that I was too intent on, although the firebrand one is pretty cool. It's 3 per rest though. Shodden Faith is also pretty good. That only costs 3 grand. Let's buy that, because boots are something I don't really have a whole lot of. And you know, I'll buy the Forge Master's gloves as well. And the rest I will... the rest I'll leave. Yeah, the rest I'll leave. Alright. Who should I give those boots to? Who doesn't have boots? Alof doesn't have boots. Durance, Kana. Give it to Durance. Makes sense.
Yeah.
For him, I think. Alright. And that's each encounter, right? Yeah, once per encounter. Nice. Cool, okay, let's keep exploring, see if we can find... Maybe Sada's just disappeared. She may not be here, but we'll have a look around. There's Wyla. Oh, there's Sada. There she is. Sada looks like she's had a bath and a few square meals. She smiles shyly. Good lass. Speak to Wyla. Any news from Heritage Hill? Your guards were charmed by the spirit of a woman named Lyra, and I've gotten rid of her. Her tired eyes grow round. By the flame, you found her? My missing commander? She heaves a sigh and loses her gaze among the floor tiles. And she was calling to the watch from beyond the grave? It doesn't make sense, but nothing in that accursed district does. What happened to the soldiers under her spell? They didn't make it. I see. Nevertheless, thank you for your help. You've left me with as many questions as answers, but at least I know what happened to my troops, and Commander Lyra. Please, accept this as a token of my gratitude. So we get some more positive rep. If there's nothing else, I must attend to my duties. Okay, no, that's all. Thank you. So that finishes that task. She smiles. What can I do for you? No, nothing. I'm all good. I've still got the dozens token there. This token has the symbol of a bridge engraved upon it. I guess they just left it there. Which is funny. We could always take it back, I suppose. Commander Cleaver. I knew they were trouble, but I couldn't imagine the dozens would dare. He shakes his head. They shall pay for the Marshal's death tenfold. I've set them on the warpath against the dozens, it seems. Alright. Let's leave. Still only moderately good. Crucible Knights also think we're moderately good. It's alright. Okay. So, I think we're all set. Other than, I might want to upgrade weapons. You're on Exceptional. I can't upgrade that weapon. I could upgrade Unforgiven, but maybe let's start with Paladina. So what is it? It's fine at the moment. It's got Crushing Lash. Oh, that's cool. That's a good one. You can't even get that one normally. 10% damage is crushed. That's awesome. So I need another ruby to give you Exceptional and 4200 copper. Alright, let's go to Ondra's Gift, see if we can buy some more gems from Kern. While we're here, while we've got some cash. Can probably sell him some stuff too that we picked up in Heritage Hill. Yes, let's do business. What do you have? Gem-wise, my friend. Nice, you've got some more rubies. Very good. Alright, let's sell you some things. I'll just sell you all of these things that I don't need. And what is this? A fine rod. Yeah, I can sell you that as well. And sell you the crucible plate armor, except one. I'll hang on to one of them. Don't have a huge amount to sell actually, but that's fine. I'm not desperate to sell. That'll do. That'll give us 1200 copper. That will afford 1 ruby. Maybe I should buy 4, because I will need them. I'll spend most of our money, but that's fine. Alright, cool. It was either buy 1 and then spend the rest of the money to upgrade Pallegina, but who knows when we'll come back to Defiance Bay next, so I thought I'll just get all of them. Let's go to the Stormwall Gorge, or should we go back to Cardnua? It's going to take 22 hours. Yeah, let's go back to Cardnua. And we'll swap someone out for Sagani.
The keep's coming along nicely.
Oh, and I forgot we've got to speak to the palace messenger as well. Solmar the Shackler has sent word from Ixmitil, thanking you for your role in his swift arrival there. Very good. And the forum construction is complete. Let's go have a look at it. There it is. Nice. Waiting on your orders, my lord. Very good. So that is everything done. We have to speak to that palace messenger. Is there anything else we have to do at our keep here? Durgan's battery, we need to speak to the steward. Another messenger from the ducal palace has arrived in Cardnua. Chancellor Warren said he'd send another messenger if anything new regarding my disputed ownership of Cardnua came up. Chancellor Warren seems to have sent another messenger from the ducal palace in Defiance Bay. The messenger is awaiting me in the Great Hall. Okay. Don't know if I want to deal with that right now. Actually, while we're here, let's just rest and take... What bonus do I have at the moment? The training grounds one, right? Yeah. I'll take the training grounds one again. Then I'm gonna lose Carly's boon then, aren't I? And I'll just leave it for now. Okay. I bear a message from the ducal palace. Do you now? Good for you. Why did I come in here? I don't know. Let's check our storage. What do we have? Father's teeth, hellwax mold, a few other things, some gold, etc. Remembrance of life's warmth. Rot skull, summon weapon rot skull, universal wand, doing crush damage. Alright. Well, we'll just take all of that into our stash, I think. That's given us some small amount of gold to work with. Not enough to start the next construction. We need 2,500 copper or 2,000 copper. We're almost done. We can probably sell some stuff at the general merchant here to get that last bit that we need. Let's see. It's not worth much to sell that stuff. I don't really want to sell any of that stuff either. Well, we can sell some Zorib tongues. Let's sell 15 of them. I'll sell 10 primal rock and 10 primal flame. What's this stuff? Ooze plasma. Let's sell, I don't know, like 35 of these. Wow, we've got a lot of vessel flesh. We'll sell 100. There you go, that's given us a lot of cash. That'll do then. That'll do. And now we can start construction on... we'll do the west curtain wall for the extra security first, I think. Provides the Bailey with protection from forces coming from the west. Alright. Do I want to speak to the messenger? Maybe let's speak to him. Pardon the intrusion, my lord. Chancellor Warren urgently requests that you meet him at the Charred Barrel in Brackenbury. Remind me who Chancellor Warren is. He's the legal arbiter for Earl Badamar, Lord of the Grasp. I believe you've made his acquaintance at the Ducal Palace. Why isn't the Chancellor meeting me at the palace? Perhaps the Chancellor is meeting with you in an unofficial capacity. It happens from time to time. The messenger stares at the ground, avoiding eye contact. Interesting. Is it about Cardnua again? I don't know. My apologies, my lord. I am merely a messenger. You notice a bead of sweat trickle from the messenger's brow. Interesting. Alright, well, I'll meet with the Chancellor when I can. The messenger bows stiffly. As he exits the chamber, he gives an audible sigh of relief before the doors slam shut behind him. Why was he so nervous? Peculiar. Alright, Charred Barrel in Brackenbury. Okay. Well, we will endeavour to go there then, I suppose.
The keep's coming along nicely.
Alright. So, let's head on, and we'll swap out... Swap out Kana for Sagani. And we'll go... I want to go to the Stormwall Gorge first. I just want to see... Because there was that pedestal here. And I just want to see if we can interact with it now. Now that we know how to speak the Engwith language. What is this saying? With your support, Null was able to make it to his meeting with the Fisher Crane tribe. Null sends his regards and promises to visit your keep again soon. I think that was supposed to be... Bowl something. His name began with B. I can't remember. But anyway, that's a bug. It is what it is. Alright. Yeah, this thing. Can I interact with this thing now? It's all lit up. It's nighttime. The starlight illuminates a pattern in the ground. You kneel to get a better look. The stone here has been carved with a few simple shapes. A small circular indentation marks the center, and a much larger circle surrounds it. You see what appears to be writing above the two circles. Looking at the circular indentation, we notice it's shallow and smooth. It looks like it was intended to hold something specific. Several shapes have been carved along the outer ring, though most have been worn away. You can make out a crescent above the center. The curving, twisting runes are strangely familiar to you. You recognize them as ancient Engwithan. They read, "All things end, only to continue anew. Enter now at dusk, that we may all experience a new dawn." Well, it's flooded, so I won't be able to do that, unfortunately. But that's alright. I guess it means if we somehow manage to get rid of the flooding, we can come back at dusk and enter whatever's in there. We can level up Sagani as well. She's got excellent survival. Did I give her so much survival? I don't remember. We'll give her more athletics. What else to give her? A new ranger ability. Swift aim is a modal. More attack speed, more reload speed, less accuracy. Defensive bond. Stalker's link. More damage over time. Takedown. Twice per encounter. Her companion can knock a target prone. Arrow sense. 15 deflection against ranged attack. Heal companion twice per encounter. I like Stalker's link. Long experience fighting together enables the ranger and animal companion to fight as a highly efficient team. The ranger gains an accuracy bonus when fighting any enemy already engaged by the animal companion. So plus 10 accuracy when attacking the same target as her animal. All ranged attacks bounce one time. Actually, that's even better. Each ranged attack loosed by the ranger contains such force as to fly straight through the first target and hit another target behind it for less damage. Yeah, let's get that. That's great. That's just extra damage. Thank you very much. Give her more athletics. Alright, we get a new talent now. Vicious Companion, Resilient, Faithful, Merciless. Grants Merciless Companion. Okay. Or I can give her an offensive. 20% reload speed. I think I already gave her penetrating shot, didn't I? Yeah. Well, let's give her... That's melee only. We'll give her gunner then to offset the penetrating shot. More athletics for you. We'll give swift aim. I don't think I can use that at the same time as penetrating shot. That might be better though. Plus 50% damage against targets affected by A damage over time. Oh, okay, that's good. Heightens the predatory instincts of the ranger's animal companion, giving them a damage bonus on any creature suffering a damage over time effect. Revive companion. Arrow sense. Binding roots. Conjures roots from the ground underneath a target, causing them to become stuck. It's not bad. We'll go with the Stalker's Link, because more accuracy is more damage. So we'll take that one. Alright, what else do we want to give her? Poleaxe, Estoc, Flail Wand, Warbow. See, I don't know ultimately what... Right now she's using a hunting bow, which is the peasant focus here. Hatchet, spear, quarterstaff, hunting bow. But warbows might be better. I need to think about that more. Minus 25% ranged recovery when moving. She won't move that much, so I don't think that's worth it. Maybe one of the class ones. Maybe we'll give her Apprentice's sneak attack. So against anyone who's flanked, she'll do 15% damage. Cool. Alright, that'll do. Oh, you know what? I forgot to ask Kana what he thought of Heritage Hill.
I'm here.
And Terra Nunath. I'll have to go back there and ask him about
I'm ready.
that.
Need something?
What?
Don't have any comments after Heritage Hill?
What's on your mind? I?
No. Okay. Alright. Let's go to Searing Falls. And we will go over here. then go to Pearlwood Bluff. Take us another 8 hours, but that's fine. Which is an area we've not been to before. Get an addendum for the long hunt, which is Sagani's quest. I've come to Pearlwood Bluff, which reminds me of the vision I had of Persoq. I will have to keep my eyes out for signs of him here.
Laying low.
Alright, well let's do some exploring.
Do these look like the cliffs from your vision?
You know, they
I'm here.
might, Sagani.
Yeah.
But let's have a look around first. Just explore the edges of the map before we get ahead of ourselves. Alright, let's... Ooh, what do we have? A young drake over there. Oh, a Zorit priest and a worm. Okay. Alright. Let's get our fight on.
I'm here.
You can shoot the priest.
I'm ready.
You can run forward to here.
Huh?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Yes?
Get you to go after the priest as well.
Aye?
Get you to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Let's have you run in there.
I'm ready.
You use that on the high priest.
Yes?
Ooh, a forest lurker as well. Okay. What I'll do is go off around here. Can use that there. Thing is, I don't want Pelagina to get proned. Can I use that on you? Can we use that on them? And Pelagina, the High Priest. Flames of Devotion, very good.
What?
You can use that now. And Aloth, I guess you just do this. Oh, I think he resisted. Alright, let's use that then. Or I'll use it on this one. And you can you go knock that down. Let's go there. And I totally forgot about you using Wounding Shot. Let's do that one.
Huh?
One down here. Let's use... Let's use that. You can attack that.
I'm ready.
Finish him off.
I'm here.
Yes?
And maybe we can use... What are you weak to? Frost, probably, right? Let's do that. Nice. Let's try charm that one. Oh no, they're immune to charm. Ah, I was thinking of the trolls. The lurkers are immune. That's okay. What we'll do instead then is we'll paralyze it. You can hit that worm. And you can shoot that one. And then get back on that one. You just keep attacking that one. Oh, they're immune to paralyze too. I should have read that. That's stupid of me. Let's blind it then. Is he blinded? Did it miss? That missed. Thought I had a good effect on that one, unfortunately, but I guess not.
Huh?
Finish that work. Nice. Cool. Alright.
Watch your fire!
There we go. Okay, we get some decent loot.
Keeping an eye out.
Let's have a look down. Okay, so that's the edge of the map there.
Nice and quiet.
There's a rock there. We got some wind blights. Alright, let's go. Take care of them. Get you to do that. You can move forward. If you move forward,
Yes?
you move forward. You need to... One. They are weak to fire. So,
Aye?
Aloth, please fireball them. And I guess I will... They're immune to frost and crush, but not immune to slash, so let's do that.
I'm here.
You can do that. That's crush damage, isn't it? Or raw? No, it's raw damage. Okay, good. Cool, alright.
This thing isn't doing the job.
Nice. Yeah, Adair wasn't doing any damage because he has... His weapon does
Right.
crush damage.
Slow and silent.
That's fine. Alright, we'll investigate that rock. Investigate it now. Oh, we can climb down. A lively breeze ruffles your clothes as you approach the edge of the bluff. A cave mouth yawns from the cliff face. It's only a dozen feet below your position, but the weathered rock is too smooth to scale. A rock perches near the precipice. It feels like a sturdy anchor. Okay, let's leave that for the moment. Come back
Nice
to it.
and quiet.
What's this here? Dead adventurer. Poor soul. And a drake. Ooh, okay. Alright, let's get in there. I would like to charm that drake,
What?
if possible. And if we could...
Ready, Watcher.
I don't know, let's... Well, they're immune to hobbled, are they? What about the drake? They're not immune.
How may I help?
Let's use that one. Okay, and forward, let's pop that. Okay, we've charmed the drake. Let's now get them all
Yeah?
out about being fine. And start dropping these everywhere. Can I kill that one quickly with that? Adair, you just pop your defensive
I'm here.
skills. Alright, nice. Speed a bit. And I'll get you to use that now. You can now use that against the young drake. I'll get you to shoot the young drake as well. Yeah, you can shoot it too. Actually, Sagani, why don't you shoot that drake? And it looks like Durance has already got the benefit of consecrated ground from his shoes, which is cool. So, let's... I don't know what I want Durance to do. Whack the forest lurker, I guess. Let's have you do that. And the Puigra are weak to fire damage, so let's throw a fire spell. I'll throw another one. It's not going to do too much against the drakes, but... It's the Puigra that I need to deal with. Where are you, Pallegina? The Wind Blight. That's the big drake. Take out the Wind Blight. Let's have you charm the big drake. And let's have you shoot that. They're weak to fire damage as well. Let's do that. Okay, now we should be able to take out these Puigra. And if we can paralyze the forest lurker... Oh no, they're immune to that. Keep forgetting that. What are they not immune to? Oh, I can use... You know what, let's just... it's too late. I think we're alright. Okay, cool. Let's use... Restore moderate endurance. Mark you as prey. And can we knock you down? Okay, finish the Puigra thingamajigs. You can whack that one. Alright, now I should be able to use this one, Soul Ignition. Burn damage.
I'm here.
You can.
You got scum.
Couldn't get her.
What?
That's okay. Pallegina's down as well. That's alright. Alright, they're all down now. Rough fight. That's fine though. What are you weak to? Pierce. I don't think I've got any pierce damage spells. Let's just have a look. Shock damage, crush and corrode. Crush damage. Oh, those ones are pierce. Blind it. Let's blind it. That should at least help. And if we paralyze it, that's probably a big help. Did that work? Or did it miss? It misses. Eh.
Aye?
Oh, it... It missed and hit me. That's annoying. Let's try again. Okay, finally, it hit the Drake. That's good.
That's it!
Fortunately, I don't think I have any... Actually, do I have pierce damage? Yeah, I can switch to his wand.
Let's highlight! Curses!
Oh, there we go. Alright, cool. That was a pretty tough battle. Probably could have done that better. But that's fine. Got there in the end. Alright. In the bay below, waves roll toward Defiance Bay. We'll need to rest as well, actually. Alright. Well, let's speak with this, but we'll rest first, I think. Yeah, you can get the +2 damage reduction. We'll give you the damage versus flanked. Hireling wages paid. It's fine. Alright. As you reach the edge of the bluff, you recognize the exact location from your vision of Persoq. He was here not long ago. Sagani stands alert, the Adra statuette in one hand, while she scans the cliff. You close your eyes, feeling the ether for some trace of Persoq's presence. The darkness behind your eyelids takes shape. You feel Persoq running through the forest this time, hurtling and dashing around rocks and trees. The scenery whizzes by too fast. You can't make out the details between the blurred greenery. Something looms out of the trees ahead of you. Persoq finally stops in front of an Adra arch. An Adra arch. Oh, I don't know where that would be. Okay. Do you recognize a natural arch made of Adra? Well, if I had 6 lore, I'd be able to do this. They got something like that out in Erglanfath, across the water from Twin Elms.
Then I'll follow. In these visions, I don't suppose you're getting a sense for who Persoq is now.
Sagani nods slowly. She shoulders her bow. Someone who appreciates the scenery. Sagani chuckles. Nothing against these stuffy forests, but you haven't seen the southern lights over Nasitak.
At least we're getting closer. Seems like we've made more progress together than I've made in a year.
I'm just going
That
to
depends
rush
on-
through this because I'm going to redo
just
it.
seems anyway,
And
not a lot to go.
I'm going to use a scroll of lore, which we have in our inventory, and I would like to use that to see what the lore option was. May as well, because we're not going to use them for any other purpose anytime soon. So let's have a look. In our inventory here, we have... where is it? There we go. Rite of Ancient Legends. Ooh, ominous. So we can use that. And that will give us some extra lore abilities. Nice. Save there. So as you reach the edge of the bluff, you recognize the exact location from your vision of Persoq. He was here not long ago. Sagani stands alert, the Adra statuette in one hand while she scans the cliff. You close your eyes, feeling the ether for some trace of Persoq's presence. The darkness behind your eyelids takes shape. You feel Persoq running through the forest this time, hurtling and dashing around rocks and trees. The scenery whizzes by too fast. You can't make out the details between the blurred greenery. Something looms out of the trees ahead of you. Persoq finally stops in front of an Adra arch. Do you recognize a natural arch made of Adra? They got something like that out in Erglanfath, across the water from Twin Elms. Okay, and we inspect the arch. You remember hearing about this place. Supposedly there's a row of Adra pillars nearby. Okay, I know where to look next for Persoq.
Then I'll follow. In these visions, I don't suppose you're getting a sense for who Persoq is now.
Sagani nods slowly, and she shoulders her bow. Someone who appreciates the scenery. Sagani chuckles. Nothing against these stuffy forests, but you haven't seen the southern lights over Nasitak.
At least we're getting closer. Seems like we've made more progress together than I've made in a year.
She shrugs. What was he like?
That depends on who you ask. I talked to everyone in Persoq before I left. I heard he was a strong leader, a dependable builder, a caring grandfather, a wise elder, a generous neighbor, a cunning negotiator.
She shrugs and kicks a pebble over the cliff and watches it plummet. Might as well be one of those impossibly perfect heroes from the Adira epics. People remember the things about him that matter most to them.
The odd thing is, many in Persoq weren't much older than me when Persoq passed. And yet everyone wanted to make sure he heard about something in particular. Our trade with the Amawa, our successful hunts, peace with neighboring villages.
She kicks another pebble over the edge. Itumak follows its arc, his ears forward. Persoq accomplished a lot that affected all of Persoq. No, he was obviously important to your people.
It just seems odd that so few of us remember him beyond the things he did for the village. Most of his family members, the ones who knew him, are in their twilight years now. And Persoq was too busy to spend much time with his younger relatives.
Itumak yawns and impatiently nuzzles her hand. It seems like the legacy he left his family would be more important. He changed your village, that's worth remembering. Perhaps this is less about him and more about helping your village move on. It's kind of all of that, isn't it? It seems like the legacy he left his family would be more important.
Perhaps you're right.
Her brow creases, but the black paint obscures the look in her eyes.
Anyway, what about this Theos character you're searching for? Seems like he was someone important to you. What do you remember about him?
Very little. He was someone I trusted. I think he was an authority figure of some kind. No, he had an impressive beard.
Not a lot to go on, huh? Hopefully you can pick up a few more clues about him while we're running around.
Yeah, hopefully. Enough chatter from me, or Persoq will find himself a new body before we even get to this one. Wait, I need to discuss something else first. What's on your mind? Oh, okay, no. No, let's move on. Alright, so we have to find the Adra Arch in the woods. And looks like Pallegina leveled up. Nice. Give her a small survival. And, ooh, what do we give her now? Sneak attacks, 15% damage. Scion of Flame. Well, let's give her Intense Flames. Augments the power of the Paladin's Flames of Devotion, increasing its damage. So plus 25% damage as burn. And then we can get Scion of Flame to boost that further. But we'll go with that for now.
Huh?
Alright. A lively breeze ruffles your clothes as you approach the edge of the bluff. A cave mouth yawns from the cliff face. It's only a dozen feet below your position, but the weathered rock is too smooth to scale. A rock perches near the precipice. It feels like a sturdy anchor. Tie your rope to the rock, securing it with your grappling hook, and climb down. You fasten your rope to the rock and descend. Suddenly a strong gust of wind whips along from the bay. You struggle to hold on to the rope as the breeze tosses you around. The wind whistles through the crags, but you hold tight to the rope. Moments later the gale subsides, and you make your way to the mouth of the cave. Cool. Let's see what this cave has in store for us.
Eyes open.
Doggles. Ugh. Okay. A few doggles. Alright. Well, let's get in there. That's fine. Put you there. We'll put you there.
I'm here.
You can go there. You can go in the middle.
What?
You can go there.
Yes?
Get you up the back.
Yeah.
Get you up the back. Pop your defense spell.
I'm ready.
You can, I don't know, stack up with it. There you go. Oh, you
Yes?
get paralyzed. Or dazed, or whatever it was.
Ah,
Okay, shoot that. Let's get them all flanked, actually.
What?
Ready, Watcher.
So you can hobble that one, I suppose. And you can do the same on that one. You can start crushing them. You can, I guess, just shoot them.
I'm ready.
You can flame that one.
What?
You can
Frost and down.
how may I help?
perfect. Let's slash them. That dealt with a few. You can attack that one. You can
I'm ready.
flame activation.
Yeah.
Nicely done. Let's get them all on this one. You can knock that one.
That's it!
Cool. Easy peasy.
Margaren's fire casts light in dark places.
What do we have here? A skeleton with Ring of the Salonan. Only usable by wizard, gives them +2 to the first level spell uses and +2 to the third level spell uses. 2 centuries after Telda forged the ring extending her spellcasting powers, a wizard of the Valian Republic sought to improve upon her design. Almond of Salona was never known for particularly original scholarships or spellcraft, and many of his peers accused him of outright plagiarism. It's widely held that this is the reason he never received much credit for this ring, the one truly remarkable achievement of his career. Cool. Take that, and I'll give that to Aloth, I suppose. I'll just pop it in his inventory for now. Is that all that's in this cave? I mean, that's pretty good, to be fair. I shouldn't really say is that all. But it looks like that's
Slow and
the end of
silent.
it. Okay, alright. Cool. Let's press on then. So what is next for us? Well, Deerford Village is next. I think we go back to Card Nua, pick up Karna, go to Heritage Hill, see what is what over there, and then go to Deerford Village. So let's do that. That'll probably wrap up this episode.
Looks a little healthier than before.
It's almost fully upgraded, the keep. It's going to be another 18 hours for the west wall to be done. What am I going in here for? Camping supplies. That is what I'm going in here for. And yeah, she can just hang on to all that.
Hail, traveler.
Where are the camp supplies? There they are. Just want one. Oh, do I want to sell other stuff?
Well met, friend.
Do I have other stuff to sell? That's the better question. I've got some stuff I can sell, for sure. Buy all that stuff. That'll do. I could sell some vessel bones. Sell like 30 of them. That's probably fine. Alright. How are we doing gold-wise? 1300.
Better indeed.
Okay. Let's
Farewell.
dismiss Siani. We'll get Kana back in the party. And we will go to Heritage Hill. Take us 22 hours to get there. And the west curtain wall construction is complete. Fantastic.
I'm ready.
Following your
Speak
lead.
to Kana. Looks like there's a clear sky over Heritage Hill. I hope the district can recover. There's a lot of history there. Even more so now that you've saved it. Maybe they'll give you a plaque. Actually, this really might do a little something for your reputation. It can't hurt to be known for ending a curse. Do you know anything about this place? As the name suggests, this district is where the oldest families in Defiance Bay once resided. We're talking about lineages dating back to the Empire. Here their grand estates, there their fine tombs. Now that you've dealt with the machine, perhaps some brave souls will start wandering on back. Living souls, that is. Living people, you know what I mean. True.
I'm ready. Need something?
Connor's the only one who had a comment for this. Your face is full of need. It looks to burst if you didn't speak.
What's on your mind? I?
Aloth, what about you? Okay.
Yeah.
Only Connor has comments. What about the tower itself? Would he have any different comments inside the tower? I suspect not, but we'll have a look. Alright.
Yes? Yes, my friend?
No, same thing. Okay, alright. That's fine. That is fine. Well, next episode then, we will, well actually, we'll just travel to Deerford Village now, so that we don't have to do that at the start of the next episode. But then we'll wrap it up once we arrive there. Deerford Village, there it is. Take us 12 hours to get there. That's fine. Find someone in town who knows about the ruins. Alright. Well, we will have to leave that for the next episode. So, as always, thank you for joining me. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date with new episodes in the adventures of Kasemir in Pillars of Eternity. I'm aiming to finish the Pillars of Eternity campaign before Avowed comes out, but I'll have to see how I go. Time is a factor, as always, but I'll certainly play Avowed when that comes out, irrespective of whether or not I finish this campaign. And I'll keep this campaign going once Avowed comes out as well. So do subscribe to the channel, like the video, and I will see you in the next one. As always, take care and have fun.